It is easier than ever to find something to listen to in foreign languages. Podcasts, music, TV, film, it's all so accessible now, which is great. But sadly, perhaps you won't get fluent just by listening passively in the background to stuff. So you need active listening. Hi, I'm Lindsay, a language learning expert passionate about helping you learn languages better. And in this video, I'll be sharing how you can get better at listening in any foreign language. But before we get started, here's what actually makes language learning quick and easy. It's learning how to learn a language. And I have a free video training for you about just that. It is called How to Finally Learn That Language, and you can get your free on-demand access right here. lindsaydoeslanguages.com/free video. So what is active listening? What we're talking about then is active listening. What is it? Well, it's not passive listening, but it's also not listening harder. It's listening with a task or with an intention. And when we have that, listening actually becomes a really useful way for us to improve our language skills. Something that helps us from the start is to have a listening process. A good listening process works a bit like an accordion. So you can expand it to include more when you have time, and it can shrink to include your bare minimum when you're in a rush. And it breaks down into 3 simple parts: before, during, and after. The specifics of your exact process will vary. If your weakness is pronunciation, then you'll want to include activities and steps that focus on improving that aspect. But overall, here's an example of what it could look like that works for most learners. So before, this is planning. Predict what you'll hear from the context clues that you have. Let's say you're watching a YouTube video. What is the title of that video? What's the description? What style image is the thumbnail? What vocab and structures do you now expect to come up in that video based on what you know already? Then during, and we have 2 stages to the process here: monitoring comprehension problems and solving comprehension problems. So this is all about staying alert and noticing what you don't understand, and then solving that stuff. This could mean re-listening to see if you can get it again, checking the transcript to just make sure that you understood, or perhaps searching for a translation if there's a word that's really tricky. And then finally, after. Our stage here is evaluate. And quite simply, we want to know, how did it go? This is really easy to miss because we want to move on swiftly, right? We've done the listening, whoa, done, check it off the list, move on. But it gives us such valuable clues as to what we can change next time to make things even easier. For example, did you miss lots because it felt fast? So that means next time, can we slow it down? Or did you miss lots because the level is too high? So in that case, can we find something better suited to your level for next time? I love listening because it's so easy. I can listen all the time. I can put on a podcast and away you go. But active listening, I really enjoy just having those moments to sit and pay attention, because that's what gets me noticing. And I always found it really difficult, especially if there's no visual, if I'm just listening to something. So having a listening process has been a real game changer because it gives me a focus. It gives me something to pay attention to. And it means that what I'm listening to feels more relevant and useful rather than just a task to check off the list. How do you feel about listening? What feels like your weak points here? Let me know in the comments below. We also want to think about bringing in other skills. So no language skill is an island. We can't improve one without even unintentionally improving another. So you learn vocab, you just got more that you can say, and now your speaking's improved. When it comes to listening, how do we do this? What does this look like? How can we bring in other skills to listen better? Okay, let's start with speaking. Group conversation. So being part of a group conversation and not just one-on-one really helps you to listen better because you have the space to do so. You're not pressured to listen and understand or ask for corrections or ask for them to repeat it again and again like you are in a one-on-one setting, because someone else might just have caught it and might be able to respond. So it's a really great setting to get better at listening because you're still focused. You still want to keep up with the conversation, so you're paying attention, but the pressure to speak and respond every single time is just a little bit lighter. And that means that something we might think of as primarily a speaking activity becomes really valuable real-life listening practice too. Reading, audiobooks and transcripts. Being able to read at the same time as listening is an absolute gift. We don't always have access to transcripts and text versions, so if you do, use it. It's not cheating to read as you listen. What we're doing here is using reading as a tool to improve your skill of listening. And I love that this just varies the speed of listening. You'll probably find that when you read at the same time, you can listen to more in a shorter space of time than when you are just listening on its own. So it's really great to mix this up with solo listening as well. And finally, writing. Transcribing. Transcribing means that you write down what you hear as you hear it. I love transcribing because it forces me to pay more attention, and that alone helps me to listen better. Plus, it strengthens my connection between the written word and the spoken word to be able to see things as they're pronounced, and therefore gives me a chance to improve my pronunciation too. Finally, use engaging content. Don't just feel that you have to listen to something just because it exists. Unless you're learning a language with very few accessible resources that you can listen to, you likely have choice. You don't have to listen to that podcast just because it came up in your recommended feed. You don't have to listen to that lesson just because it's next in the course. It's okay. You get to decide what you put in your ears. And once you've got something that you enjoy, we can make it more enjoyable and accessible. Use something like Language Reactor to get dual subtitles when you watch stuff on Netflix, or read Spotify lyrics as you listen to music and try to keep up with the song. Language learning that lasts is enjoyable, not a slog. And with all of this in mind, active listening should become something that feels easy and possible, and that you can do on a regular basis to just get better at listening without feeling like, oh, I'm listening all the time, but I can't improve, because all of that listening is passive. Active listening is what you need. If you want even more confident language learning, you are just 1 hour away from it. I have a free class for you called How to Finally Learn That Language. You will learn 5 of my core principles of language learning. You will get a strengthened confidence and revitalized feeling of motivation, and you will learn the one skill to always make language learning quicker and easier. Whether you're a beginner, you're a returning language learner, or you are stuck at a plateau, this will be helpful for you. Any language, any level. You can sign up for your free on-demand access right now at lindsaydoeslanguages.com/free video. And if you want to use real-life enjoyable material for your listening practice, I highly recommend my courses Watch and Learn and Music Maestro. Watch and Learn helps you use film and TV much better in your language learning, and Music Maestro does the same for music. You can find out more about those courses and everything I have available at lindsaydoeslanguages.com. As always, if you've enjoyed this video, thank you for watching. Hit like, subscribe, and tell a friend so we can all learn languages better.